Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes. Welcome to yet another video. Now, this is the first episode of a brand new video series that I've decided to make to honor my favorite version of my favorite superhero, actually. And that is Batman the Animated Series. Now, just to give you a little history, just a brief and short one. I used to watch Batman the Animated Series when I was a little kid, around 4 or 5 years old, and then on like each and every Saturday and Sunday morning when it was airing on TV in the Czech Republic, my country where I live and where I was born. And that's it. Batman the Animated Series was that version of Batman, was that very thing that made me fall in love with, Batman, and not only Batman, but superheroes, and ultimately led me to, comic books later on in my life. Now, along with Batman the Animated Series, I do vividly remember loving, when I was a little kid, Tim Burton's 1989 Batman, but more so Batman Returns, which I have always preferred over the 89 Batman. But this is about the Batman animated series. Now, lately I've been rewatching the series for, obvious reasons. Firstly, it's my favorite version. Secondly, for nostalgic reasons, because world and life, they haven't been that good, not at all lately. And honestly, we all need something to escape, to help us escape the reality, some sort of escapism, right? And I've got many of them. I read, I write, and I watch things, and that's one of them. Yeah, I've got the entire series on DVD, as well as the first two seasons on these different editions. But I'm not going to get rid of them, because I just like the way they look. And for this video series, I've decided to talk about my favorite episodes or the highlights from this particular TV show. I think I'm going to do it by 10. So the first 10 episodes, and then the other 10 episodes, and so on and so forth. Now, please do remember that these are my favorite episodes, and this is my own personal take on the Batman animated series, as I view it, understand it, and what really appeals to me, and what I like the most about the series. Your opinions might differ. You might like different episodes. You might think something else about them. You might not like the series at all. That's why we are such an awesome geek community, because we are obviously, right, able to discuss things, on intelligent and decent, way. So let's start. I've got the list of episodes here, although there's a booklet coming with this particular edition, and the episodes are written here, but but I thought it would be better if I just had them here, on my iPad, so I can just flip through it more easily. Don't have to open the page, turn the pages, right? So let's go. The first 10 episodes and their highlights. Quite honestly, the first 10 episodes of Batman the Animated Series are, I think, really one of the best episodes of the entire TV show, or at least there's the biggest number of excellent episodes in the first 10 episodes than in the later episodes, starting with On Leather Wings, first aired in 1992. I mean, what an introduction with Man-Bat. Quite honestly, and I will be saying that very often, one of my favorite episodes, and especially because it really set the mood for the entire series, for the entire show. Let me correct myself. What really set the mood was the opening titles, which I think actually should talk about the first. The opening titles of Batman the Animated Series is that which really makes the TV show iconic. Not only the main theme, but also the fact that it is a short movie on its own, right? Batman, hunting these two burglars and, fighting them on the rooftops of Gotham City, and then at the very end, standing on a rooftop with the lightning behind his back, and the main theme escalating. You do not even need to see the title in writing, Batman, because there is none. There is no indication of the fact that this TV show is about Batman other than the Batman in the end, right? Where he is for the first time depicted in his full form, because for the majority of the main titles or intro, he is hidden in shadow. So that's how awesomely the TV show was done, that you really, at the very beginning, with the main intro, you do not need to see Batman, you do not need to read the Batman in writing, you don't need to see the logo to know that it is Batman. So right at the very beginning, kudos to Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, who are of course the creators of the TV show, the main creators. Of course there were many more people working on Batman the Animated Series, but I would say that Bruce Timm and Paul Dini are the fathers of Batman the Animated Series, the main men behind it all, and the fathers of many characters that first appeared in Batman the Animated Series and then later got into comics, such as Harley Quinn. Yeah, enough said right there, right? So, coming back to that, on Leather Wings, as I said, it set the mood. Man-Bat, to this day, is one of my favorite villains, and I only do regret that I was not able to, or I didn't manage to get the DC Direct action figure of Man-Bat from the animated series. As you can see, I've got a couple of them, some more over here. I've got some of them right there, which you can see, or you can't see. I've got this Mondo Batman here, but I just couldn't get Man-Bat, and I wanted so much. Well, maybe I'll get it once on eBay, but yeah, definitely. Christmas with the Joker. Now that's the first time when the Joker appears on the TV show, and, well, what can I say? Mark Hamill. The Joker this particular version of Joker is characterized the most by the voice of Mark Hamill. The animation is, of course, fantastic. As each and every episode, this dark and gothic, noir atmosphere of the entire animated TV show, which actually was, if I'm not wrong, the first time a kids' TV show looked like this. The company and the editors, the editorial and the production people really had some problems at the beginning, because they just really didn't think that kids' TV show should be made in such a dark tone. But of course, we know that Batman the Animated Series isn't only for kids; it's for everybody. As every comic book, almost every comic book. Well, not every comic book is for kids, but you know what I mean. But then we've got Mark Hamill, who just breathes life into the character of the Joker. I think that there was another guy who was supposed to be the Joker, and he dubbed a part of the episode, or some of the initial episodes, and Mark Hamill then came in because the first guy just quit, I think, and he had to redub the character, and then he started making the best he can, or doing the best he can, and became the iconic Joker, which actually is my own personal favorite Joker of all. Even I like him even better than any comic book version of the Joker, be it Alan Moore's Joker from the Killing Joke, or the various incarnations of the Joker, such as from the Death in the Family, or the Brian Azzarello's and Lee Bermejo's Joker, Scott Snyder's and Greg Capullo's, and even the movie ones. Like I know Heath Ledger is cool, so is Joaquin Phoenix and Jack Nicholson, but man, Mark Hamill, yeah, nothing to fear. Now that is an iconic episode, and once again one of my favorites. See, out of 3 episodes, I love all 3 hysterically, extremely, because this is actually the episode where we meet Scarecrow for the first time, and he of course poisons Batman with this like fear gas, right? And of course Batman has got some hallucinations, and he's reliving his worst memories, such as the killing of his parents, and he sees his father, and he thinks he's disappointed by him, but then Batman fights the fear gas because Batman is the man. He is the Batman, and at least according to Grant Morrison, Batman can do anything, and he's like a god, a man god who really can defeat anything and anybody. But the most iconic scene from this particular episode, the Nothing to Fear, was when Batman was hanging from a gargoyle, and he says for the first time, "I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman," with the voice of Kevin Conroy. So, once again, as it was with Mark Hamill, it is with Kevin Conroy, my favorite Batman. I'm sorry, Ben Affleck is an awesome Batman. He was portrayed brilliantly. If he was given more time and more space, more freedom, I think that he would be even better. But still, this very dark and gritty, very similar to, of course, Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns Batman. But I think that other than the Batman animated series, Affleck is, my favorite. But of course, Kevin Conroy, it's just that, right? The Last Laugh. There was another episode with the Joker when he wanted to poison Gotham with his Joker gas. Then Pretty Poison, the first time we meet Pamela Isley as as Poison Ivy. Like, come on, who doesn't like Poison Ivy? As I said, these first 10 episodes really introduces one of the most iconic characters, both the heroes and the villains from the Batman mythology. As well as Harvey Dent, I think we meet him for the first time. Not just yet as Two-Face, that comes later. But that's one of these. I didn't really enjoy, or I have not really enjoyed, the Underdwellers. Never really enjoyed that. It was like a fill-in episode for me. Now, bear in mind, Batman the Animated Series is the top, but it doesn't mean that each and every episode is a top. There were awesome episodes, perfect episodes, and then there were okay episodes, and the Underdwellers were one of them. That same thing for the POV. I mean, it was okay. The Forgotten. Yeah, well, Bruce Wayne Batman had amnesia, and he had to get out of it and remember that he was Batman. It was okay. Very, very similar to some of the more contemporary comic books that were written, where Batman really was lost in his own mind, or forgot who he was, or didn't really know like who he is, such as Batman the Last Night on Earth. He had amnesia. Then the Batman or Detective Comics mythology, that was I don't want to spoil anything, but there was about what's real and what's not. So then we've got Be a Clown. I mean, once again, like a fill-in episode for me. But then the real shit starts again. Two-Face, and now that's a two-parter. So we've got episodes 10 and 11. So it might be the first 11 episodes for this particular video. This is, the origin story of Harvey Dent as told by the Batman animated series. And I've got this very specific memory in my mind of when the Two-Faces first is revealed for the first time to his fiancée or girlfriend, when there's darkness, or there's a like dark in the corridor in a hospital, and she comes visit him, and he screams such an awesome and like chilling scream, full of pain and suffering and fear and anger, that Harvey Dent manages to get out of his lungs. And then he runs out of the hospital room, and he turns to his girlfriend or to his fiancée, and it is revealed for the first time that he's his left side is scarred, and the look on her face, like, oh my god, what happened to you? And he just like, don't look at me. That's chilling. That's really touching, and you realize how much of a suffering it must have been for both Harvey Dent, or Two-Face, and his, well, girlfriend or fiancée. That is absolutely extraordinary. So what else can I say? I would be just, repeating myself over and over again that, oh, this episode is awesome, this episode is cool. For this first episode, I just wanted to say that Batman the Animated Series is so iconic that it is forever and will forever be carved in, well, the history of Batman, really, the different versions of Batman, and the fact that it was revolutionary in many ways at the beginning of the 1990s for really the way it was made, for its scenario, or scenarios, for its graspingly written stories, for its awesome and intriguing, interesting characters, for the way how intelligent and deep it was. That it was, not only was it for children, but it was for adults, and I dare say that it's more for adults than for children. Adult people will enjoy this series much more than kids. I think, and of course the fantastic talent as far as the voice acting goes, like Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, so on and so forth. So, and as I said, the first 10 or 11 episodes really set the mood for the rest of the series, and already in the first 10 episodes established what was to become the best animation in the history of, well, movie making. So once again, thank you, Paul Dini, thank you, Bruce Timm, and I can't wait for making part 2 of this series, where there are such episodes as Heart of Ice or The Cat and the Claw. So looking forward to that very much, and I thank you, my friends. Tell me what you think, what your favorite episodes are, if you like Batman the Animated Series, or if you haven't. If you are planning to watch the series or not, let me know in the comments down below. And that would be all from me, my friends. See you soon. Keep reading, keep watching great stuff, and bye.